My student found a 5,000 square foot space for only $2,500 a month that now generates $45,000 a month in event bookings. And she found it in just 14 days using the exact same system that I'm about to break down in this exact video. They think you need to spend months on end looking at spaces, driving around, and just wasting time on dead ends. But the truth is, if you know exactly what you're looking for, you can spot a winner in literally a fraction of the time. I've helped hundreds upon hundreds of people find their spaces, and the location is one of the biggest driving factors that makes the biggest difference between a 5K a month space or a 50K a month space. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly where we find event space locations and the exact system we use to find and spot winners fast. Let's get right into it. So in Event Space Elites, we actually use about 10 to 15 different commercial real estate websites in order to go ahead and find locations, but I'm gonna share with you my top 3, and they're LoopNet, Craigslist, and Crexi.com. That's CREXI.com. But I'm sure the team will drop the link right here for you. Now, the reason that in Event Space Elites, we like to utilize so many different commercial real estate brokerage websites is simply because there are deals everywhere. If you're limiting yourself to just one website, whether that be LoopNet or Craigslist or Crexi or Commercial Cafe or whatever the case may be, you're gonna literally miss out on tons of other inventory that is out there in the market. To assume that every single brokerage uses LoopNet or every single brokerage uses Crexi just because they're the bigger name ones would be setting us up for failure. And that's honestly part of the reason why so many people take so long to find a commercial space, simply because they don't know where to look. But if you're starting this journey for the first time, I would highly recommend starting with LoopNet, Crexi, and Craigslist because they do have a pretty wide inventory. Now, because Event Space Elites is committed to customer service and just committed to being the best in what we do, we actually created our own site, right? And it's called Space Scanner AI. Now, I do apologize in advance. It's not available to the public. It's only available to Event Space Elites. But the way it works is that we've actually pulled all the locations across all these different websites and just pull them into our own database, where then an AI search tool will then go ahead and scrape all these different pictures, all these different websites to see which ones it believes would be best for event space usage. So imagine like literally a human being with an actual brain looking at every single one of these properties, scanning through all the photos and saying that right there, that one looks like a great event space business or a great location for event space, and just moving it over to a separate bucket so it's just so much easier for you to find in the future. That's how we have clients who are literally finding properties in 1, 2, or even 3 weeks just because we make it so simple for them. But if you are doing this on your own, let's go ahead and walk through some of the search parameters that you're going to want to utilize for these different commercial websites. Number 1, we want to look at the size, right? What size should you be looking at? Typically here in Event Space Elites, we like to look at between 1,500 and about 5,000 square feet. That's our general range of what we like to do. Of course, we have certain things that are just really, really ideal, but when you are putting in these search parameters, generally 1,500 to 5,000 square feet really just works well. It just gives us a nice wide range, because the thing that you want to understand with this as well is that a lot of times when these brokers or real estate agents are listing these properties, they're not always looking at the gross square footage. Sometimes they're looking at the net square footage. Sometimes they're looking at certain additions like, oh, is there a basement? Is there a rooftop? Is there a this or is there that? Whatever the case may be. So you want to compensate for all these different things, and you don't want to lose any deals by putting your parameters too tight. The second thing is, what type of commercial properties should I be putting in my search parameters? There's tons of different: manufacturing, flex, retail, commercial, office, whatever the case may be. Typically what we like to do is we like to focus on manufacturing, industrial, retail, restaurant, and flex. Those are the top ones that we like to kind of just tick the boxes with. Now, every single real estate website is different. They're not all going to have these parameters. They're not all going to have these options. Overall, these are the general ones that we do look at, especially if you're on utilizing LoopNet. Those are the ones that you are going to find. Now, everybody's favorite part, the money part. How much should I be spending, Brian? How much price? What price should I put when I'm looking at these properties? Now, I'll just tell you what we do and what works for us. Typically, we like to put under $40 a square foot. I'm not saying that that's what our clients pay. Definitely not what our clients pay. But it gives us a wide range so we can see as many properties as possible before things get down to negotiation, the nitty gritty, whatever the case may be. It gives us a wide range. Now, if you saw my video where I found an event space in literally every single state in the country, you'll see that I played with a lot of these parameters just because based on the inventory in that city or state, you will have to get kind of fancy with these different things. But that's why you work work with an expert team to know exactly what to go ahead and look for. Now, here's where most people mess up. They find spaces on LoopNet and Craigslist, but they don't know if they're actually profitable. They don't know what to look for. They don't know how to evaluate or negotiate, and that's where things get complicated. But if you want the complete system, the exact search strategy, the profitability checklist, the negotiation templates, everything, that's what we teach inside Event Space Elites. Click the first link in the description to learn more. Now, what actually makes an event space location profitable versus an absolute money pit where you're sending dollars to die? One of the key things is obviously demand. Easiest ways to kind of litmus test this is just go on Google Maps, type in event space near me, and if you're ever wondering, hey, are there event spaces in my area? Is this too compact? Is this too competitive? Is there a niche for this? Whatever the case may be, there's your answer. If you see tons and tons and tons of event spaces in your area, well, that's a good thing because it shows that there's a demand in the market for it. Another step you can take with this is just look at the number of reviews. Obviously, not everybody leaves a review, but if you're seeing 100 reviews with a particular event space, it's very easy to assume that there has been 5 to 10x that amount of events in that location alone. So you can do the math and see how profitable this could be in your area. Another key point with all of this is space layout. What should the property actually look like? Brian, should I have pillars? Should I not have pillars? Should it be a big box? Should it be a circle? Should it be a rhombus? Whatever the case may be. Our main concern is just an open floor plan. I don't care if it looks like a freaking star. I don't care if it looks like a freaking rhombus. If it's an open floor plan, that works for me. That works for us. That gives us enough room to kind of shift the floor plan along. We can move the tables over here, the bar over here, the food sharing tables over here, whatever the case may be. We can get very, very flexible with this. The next super important thing in this entire process is a minimum build out, right? A very, very minimal build out. A lot of times people go into this business and they're planning on spending hundreds of thousands of dollars building on a property. I've built out probably 5 locations and I don't think I even spent 100 grand across all of them. That's not the way to look at it. If you are doing this for the first time, I'd highly recommend doing this with an expert and whatnot. But if you are doing this on your own, I would just recommend taking a look at the build out plan, taking a look at the quotes with the GCs and making sure that every single thing that you're spending money on does actually make sense. For example, concrete floors to start means that we're gonna absolutely have to lay flooring down. So if I have a property that's 3,000 square feet and I have to go lay a floor down, that's easily gonna cost $10,000 to $15,000 on the low end. You gotta factor all these things in. Now, I know a lot of people are probably wondering like, okay, Brian, what other things do you look for in a property? Well, it completely depends. There are some properties that I've seen that have 8-foot ceilings that I would absolutely take. There are other properties that have 20-foot ceilings that I would say no to. You have to look at the entire picture. When it comes down to the mindset of it, it's profitability over perfection. I don't like how a lot of times people look at event spaces and they're just like, oh my God, I'm enamored by the property. It's in the perfect location, has parking, has this and that. And then you're looking at the rent and you're looking at the numbers, you're looking at the CAM, the triple net, all these different things. It's just like, well, this doesn't make any sense. You have to put profitability over perfection. But unfortunately, what happens is a lot of times people just put their emotions in it and then they get stuck with the bad egg at the end of the day. They get left with the bad part of the deal. So with that being said, and unfortunately, I just have to share these real numbers with you, about 80% of venues go out of business the first year. And the fact of the matter is, I know what you're probably thinking, like, hey, Brian, that's never gonna be me, right? Everybody wants to be a special snowflake. But the fact of the matter is you cannot argue with statistics. If you do not know what you're doing, you're going to lose your money to somebody who does. It's just, I've seen it happen tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of times, which is why we always talk about know what you're getting into when you get into this business. And if you don't know what you're doing, get the right help behind it. In my opinion, the best spaces are not the prettiest ones. They're the most profitable. I've had locations in the worst neighborhoods in Brooklyn. I've had locations with a walk up, a walk down, whatever the case may be, but they've been so much more successful than people who are in the greatest areas simply because we knew how to run a real business. So with that being said, I want you to really focus on the numbers when you're getting into this so you can be profitable for years to come. Now, that kind of leads me to my next point where it's just like, Brian, so what are the actual deal breakers or what aren't the actual deal breakers? I know a lot of times people look at things like parking, for example. Oh my God, if it doesn't have parking, I don't even want to do it. Have you ever thought about like bigger cities like New York where we have absolutely no parking, how this works? And mind you, we've done this in not only New York, we've done this in Atlanta, Houston, freaking Wisconsin. Like we've done this in about 43 out of 50 states, right? If you're watching this video, there's a good possibility we've done in your state. You could just go ahead and check our YouTube and see the other videos for that. But how do we get around these different things? Well, obviously you just got to be a little little creative. Number one, if there's no parking, just do valet. Or if there's an adjacent building or an adjacent property or an adjacent business, see if you can work out a deal where you can use their parking on off hours. There's a good possibility if you're running a venue and they're not, you guys are gonna have different hours. You're gonna have complementary hours. I know another big red flag that people look at is, Brian, like, I don't wanna be in a bad area. I don't wanna be in a lower income neighborhood. I was in the worst neighborhoods in Brooklyn, and guess what? These people love to party. So don't think that there's no money in these areas or anything like that. I get it, you might not wanna be there after 11 o'clock at night. Don't worry that you don't have to. That's what your security is there for. But at the end of the day, don't write it off. Another big thing is a lot of people just write off a lot of properties because they're too expensive. Well, what do you think negotiation is? Learn how to negotiate. And if you don't know how to negotiate, do more research, watch more of our videos, look at some of the tactics that people utilize, some of the leveraging, some of the things that people work with to go ahead and negotiate these properties, whether it comes down to rent concession, CAM, modified gross lease, whatever the case may be. Know what you can negotiate and then negotiate it. But you have to understand what leverage you have, or else if you just start throwing out numbers, you are going to get ignored. A major red flag that people always go look at and take to heart is how far the property is. And this is one that just never really made sense to me, because the thing about it is that a lot of people travel for work. Like before whole COVID thing with remote work, and even now when a lot of people are back at their offices or whatnot, I know a lot of people that travel 30, 45 minutes an hour for their job, but they won't do that for their business. Like, don't get me wrong, my first property was about 30 minutes away from my house. My last property was probably 45 minutes away from my house, but I didn't have to be there that much because I found a way to automate the system. So don't get caught up on, oh my God, like this isn't working for me because it's too far. Well, find a way to make it work for you, or else you'll be looking for properties for a very, very, very long time. Unfortunately, a lot of people write off spaces because they're just simply too picky way too early on. They miss out on so many profitable locations. We're to the point where, like, in Event Space Elites, we have clients who are finding properties 1, 2, 3 weeks inside the program because 1, we know exactly what to do, 2, we know exactly what to look for, and 3, we know exactly how to address any concerns that our client might have. So they're coming in and making money months inside the program. It's that simple. You just gotta know what to look for. We had a couple in Orlando. They're actually in one of our other videos that's posted on our YouTube channel right now. They weren't too fond of the properties that they were looking at. They were taking some time to go ahead and choose that location. Eventually, you know, we said, hey, look, listen, like, out of these properties that you're looking at right now, we really feel that this one would be a good choice. Why don't you just try it? Let's see. They ended up doing almost $10,000 their first month and then moving on to $15,000 the next. They're on their second location right now. I say all this to say, understanding exactly what you're looking for can make the biggest difference, because there are so many people who come in and because they don't know what they're looking for, they don't know how to negotiate, they just simply don't know how to handle this process, they end up taking forever. And then where does that leave you? In a situation that you don't like because you're not willing to do what it takes to get to the next level. That's not fair to you, it's not fair to your family, and that's just definitely not fair to your future. And at the end of the day, this is really a volume game. A lot of our clients, like, the minute you get onboarded into Event Space Elites, you're looking at properties that same week. We have clients that come in and are doing 20 tours a week looking at properties. So it's really a heavy volume game. And if you're not prepared to do that, well, then you're probably not best suited for this business, because we want to get stuff done and we want to do it with you as well. The fact of the matter is, you do the volume, you'll find a space way faster, but you gotta know what you're looking for. Here's the real talk. Finding the space is only step 1. The hard part comes next. Evaluating them properly, negotiating the lease, getting your funding in place, and actually closing the deal. That's where most people get stuck. That's why we built Event Space Elites. We don't just teach you where to find properties, we walk you through the entire process. We help you evaluate locations, negotiate leases, get funded, and get your first booking. We've done this for over 600 people, and we have a system that works. If you're serious about finding your event space location, actually closing that deal, click the first link in the description and apply to book a call with my team. We'll show you exactly how we help everyone that we worked with find profitable event space locations in less than 30 to 60 days. And we have a money back guarantee. If we don't find you a profitable location, we'll return your money and throw an extra $1K on top just for wasting your time. We're that confident in our process. We only work with a small group of people each month because we provide personalized guidance. So if you're ready, don't wait. Click the link in the description. Let's get started. Let's go.